lock their heart and the warm ring true inside these blues.
That, I'd like to turn this over to a woman who doesn't need any introduction, the co-founder of the KRV Bridge Connection, Karen Zuber.
Good afternoon, everybody, and I apologize for my voice. I hope you can hear me still. Is the microphone working? Okay. It doesn't hurt. It just sounds bad. So I am Karen Zuber. I'm the Executive Director of the KRV Bridge Connection, and it's truly an honor to stand here before each of you today. It's been a long road to get to this stage. We wanted to do our ribbon cutting for quite some time, but every time we would say, oh, but we don't have this ready yet, and we don't have that ready yet. So we didn't want to do a ribbon cutting of the garden and a ribbon cutting of the kitchen. We just wanted to wait until everything was ready to go to do our ribbon cutting. And it just so happens, it took us a full year to get here. So we're celebrating today 1 year, one ribbon, and one truly thankful day of appreciation of all those that supported us in the first year. Today, it's not just about opening a building. It's about acknowledging what this community has built together. Together, the KRV is shaping the valley. And so for that, I wanted to invite Eric.
Oh, well, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I was asked to tell the story of how this all came to be, and there were so many players, but it started down in Bakersfield. There's a place called the City Serve Educational Collaborative that Bank of America teaches financial classes and helps people get jobs. It's centered around helping someone who maybe is in some kind of sheltered living find opportunity and work and get the skills needed to get employment. And Bank of America plays a key part in that. And my role is I'm a part of an organization called Hopester, and we just serve. We want to see other organizations win, right? We don't necessarily need more nonprofits. What we need is the existing ones to accomplish what they're trying to accomplish. And you can't do that alone. And so I support. So Karen with Bank of America is very involved in the community. And I was like, hey, Karen, how can I help? What do you need? And she says, well, actually, my husband's looking for a way to get involved. I said, oh, perfect. That sounds like a free lunch to me. So let's go out to lunch. So I go out to lunch with Gary. We sit down. We're down in Bakersfield. And he's like, I'm talking about all these options. Hey, you could do this. You could serve here. You could do things. And he stops me and goes, you know what? Really? There's a lot of resources down here. What's actually needed is the stuff that's going on down here, the resources that are down here up at Lake Isabella. And I was like, really? Yeah, he's like, oh man, it's so needed. And we need to figure out something. So one of Gary's strengths is he's really good at like being everybody's best friend. I don't know how he does it, but he's just like so he starts calling people. And the next thing you know, just down the road here in a back little room at Knuckle Up Church, they let us use a room, and we brought people together from out the community, leadership in our county, and leaders in the city, just people that wanted to make a difference. And we sat in a room and said, what do we do? And the one thing that stood out is that room said, we've been in these kind of rooms before. We don't just want to talk. We actually want to do something. And sure enough, that room started dreaming and brainstorming and planning, and different people stepped up. Like Carol, for example, just from the beginning of getting the projector set up and all that, just was this real consistent stability to what we needed. Karen can't help it, just in her leadership skills, she starts grabbing a hold, taking hold of the reins. Gary's just inviting everybody to the table. And slowly it started to come that what we needed was a place, much like that educational collaborative, that there's multiple organizations involved that could give people the resources that are needed. And really a heart, they have a little garden, and man, could you imagine if there's a little garden that helped feed people? And what if we had this dream, but what we needed was a place. And then through a lot of ups and downs and disappointments and thinking we had an opportunity and it falling apart, a really kind donor chose to take a risk with this group that had loosely called themselves the Kern River Valley Bridge Connection. And they took a risk with us, and we were able to purchase this building and start into this process. And it's an incredible partnership, and then it just has slowly grown. to where before it was even a nonprofit, there was an opportunity called the Neighbor to Neighbor Grant that very key people in this community were like, hey, there's some resources potentially here. And a group of people gathered together from this community to find out how to pour and bring community together and deal with people's loneliness. And the Kern River Valley Bridge Connection got to participate in that through Hopester because we kind of acted as the representative because they weren't a nonprofit yet. And so now they're up and running and it's a nonprofit and there's so much exciting things. And we're gonna cut this ribbon, but this is really where it begins, truthfully. A lot of years. How many years has it been from that first little lunch meeting?
It's 4 years.
Is it really been 4 years? And I think really the next 3 years are gonna be crucial. The next 3 years and what this community chooses to do, what our county chooses to do, and how we walk alongside this organization and the group of people and the volunteers that's happening here and how it shapes, it's crucial. And there was one phrase that I want to kind of end my time of telling the story was, and we would say it this way. We would often say, if you could do it up in the Kern River Valley, you can do it anywhere in our county. Because if there's an issue and there's something going on and there's a need or a difficulty, this valley faces it. Plus, you have incredible people. That's one thing I fell in love with as soon as I got here. There is a real love, and it started with Gary, my introduction to that, and his commitment and love to this valley. And then everyone I run into just has this real heart to see it succeed. And I think this is just one of the small places that is starting to do something beautiful. And so, if we can do it here, in this valley, we can do it throughout our whole county and help people. And I really do hope it starts here in this valley. So thank you guys so much for being a part of the story. We couldn't have done it with so many partners like the flood and the county and different people who have come alongside to make this happen. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
A round of applause for Karen out here. So I'm First District Supervisor for Kern County, Philip Peters. I'm also here on behalf of Assemblyman Ellis, who unfortunately his staff wasn't able to make it today. But I'm just honored to be here, and I remember being in that very first meeting when we started talking about this, and man, it's so inspiring to see for this first initial conversations that we have, to see what we have here today. It's really incredible. And as Karen said, there's so many people to thank, and so many people that have come together and made this a reality. And so it's really inspiring. I take my hat off to all of you for these incredible efforts. And again, I'm just truly honored to be here, and I know that this is going to continue to grow and continue to serve our community for a long time to come. And another round of applause for Karen and Gary, just a couple of absolute
Hi, my name is Ireland Comstock. I'm here on behalf of Congressman Vince Fong, and I just want to thank you all for coming out here and showing them that they have the community support behind them, and everyone wants to be here for them. I remember I started with the congressman when he was an assemblyman, and one of my very first meetings that I ever attended was for the KRV Bridge Connection, and they were over at Knuckle Up Ministries, and we were in a little room, and I remember seeing the small group that came to that, and then seeing this community. It is absolutely astounding how much that you guys have done. Even through the Burrell fire, I mean, you put your stuff on hold and everything that you needed to do, and you wanted to help the community. So I really want to applaud that and say thank you and congratulations, because this is more than deserved.
Good afternoon. My name is Christine Diaz with Senator Shannon Grove. And I mean, I cannot say more than was already said, but I do remember being here over a year ago with Eric with the Burrell fire, and you guys were doing the purpose of your mission, and it was bringing resources for your community. I was standing right next to Eric, Be Finally Free, the Flood Ministry, Cap K, Kern Community Foundation. And I remember sitting with Eric, interviewing all the families, and I don't know how you were able to keep it together, because I had to walk away a few times, because like every single family was a devastating story. The one that I remember the most, it was this little kid that was on the dad's shoulders, and he was so happy that he had his one toy. They were living in the back of their car. It was a family of 4 living in a sedan car. And I lost it. I just had to walk away and come back later, and it was stories like that, every one after another. And you were able to give back to the community. Give that just a gas card, a gift card that will give them food. But like we always say, it's all about community. And that's where you're able to make it here. So on behalf of Senator Shannon Grove, I have a certificate for you, Karen. So you are not only giving, you're also receiving certificates. And I'm sure we all have for your 1-year anniversary and your ribbon cutting. And thank you so much for bringing hope to the community. Thank you.
Said that the life that was changed was mine. I have become so much a part of this community, and this community much more a part of myself. I look out here and I see people here that I maybe barely knew, some people that I've known for a long time, but in a different capacity, and I've kind of become part of each other's lives and helping each other serve the community and making each other aware of the programs that we have. And people coming up from Bakersfield and people coming in here and getting services from them. People from organizations that have been in the community for a long time that we're sending people over there, we're sending people over here. And I just feel like this is very much a network of people that are working together to help the community. And I am so grateful to see that around me and for how that has impacted my life.
And we just really want to thank you so much for building that bridge, all of you. And I'm so excited, and the Chamber is extremely excited about what this next year and what the next 5 years and 10 years and so on is going to bring from the Bridge Connection. Thank you so much.
To get this done, and we're so honored the elected officials all had representation here for every single one of our early meetings. And so they were part of building this bridge. They were here for every single meeting that we planned for. So it's absolutely my honor to be able to cut this ribbon and to say thank you for everyone that's been a part of it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
This lady here is amazing.
Everyone,